The show.
Welcome to the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two counts, always the best guests in Midwest. The two counts, great time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. MITB and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the two count. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the two count, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two count.
The Two Count.
The Two Count.
Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
You know, I don't care what anybody says. That jingle is the best $3,500 I ever spent.
$3,500.
But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you. It is time for the two count. There's Big Ace over there, and he's doing our social media because Tom and I are not good at it. Top Shelf Tom Chillstrom right down there. There's Danny. Good to see you, Rudy.
Don't say I'm not good at it because I did it all last week leading up to Bill Williams. And then
you did? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ace right here.
Hi, Tina.
Ace here called it SummerSlam that we're previewing. We're not previewing SummerSlam. I said that earlier in a tweet. I didn't want to call you out, but here we go.
Yeah, Money in the Bank, huh?
Monday in the Bank.
Dude, that just shows you how much I pay attention to WWE right now because it's just like, whatever. Didn't they just do a show? Like, what are we doing already?
That's true.
Honestly, I posted for those of you that are in the chat, we have our own little messenger deal where we just have it and keep it and it rolls. I was watching last night because 20 years of John Cena. I thought that might be interesting to watch, and it was. I didn't realize Money in the Bank is on god dang Saturday. Because I don't.
Dude, smart when you were leading into the 4th of July holiday, right?
Dude, yeah. I forgot Forbidden Door was this last weekend, like till Friday, Saturday. I don't know. Some of us. I apologize to everybody. We are not the best wrestling show out there when it comes to actually watching the shit because we've been all pretty bad lately. But I mean, shit's good. We're all busy. Listen, first of all, guys, we're all busy. All of us have a lot of shit going on outside of this.
It's very true.
But I mean, on top of that, though, we should do better. But also, some nights it's really Raw is just 3 goddamn hours, and I'm just like, I don't want to give them any of that because I'm not gonna probably like it.
Yeah, 3 hours that you could put into 1 hour.
If I really want to watch it, I'll watch it on Hulu when they cut it half. You know what I mean?
Down to the 90-minute version.
And if I see something's really trending or some shit happen, I'll go watch the highlights on social media. Or when I don't even remember. Was it when one of the MJF things? I guess I didn't start it at the beginning. You guys were texting me or something. So then I turned it on and just kind of rewound it a little bit, watched that part, and then went back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the WWE stuff's hard, man. It's really hard right now, and I like a lot of the people on the roster, so I want to support, but it's been hard. Yeah, damn, 3 hours of nothing.
And the other thing is too, people, folks that follow us and join us every week. Certainly, we appreciate that. Hello, Redbeard. You're just so full of crap to be pointing that out.
Oh, he said sexy top shelf bastard. Who do you think he's talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
And
Cow.
he's
correct.
just what a piece of shit for pointing that out and saying
He's
that in the
cow.
chat. That
I'm
we're gonna have
calling
to.
piece of shit.
He's talking
one
about the
of their best
cow.
weapons.
Cow is clearly more top
Oh
shelf
yeah,
than any of us
that is
right
a
now.
top shelf
He's
cow.
on JR's shoulders. So.
Anyway,
No, that cow might be grade A beef, but I am top shelf all the way. Get
That
it?
grade A beef
Get
could
it?
shit on your head right now.
What?
Anyway, point being, I just want to point out that we all have other stuff going on. Tom and I both, aside from doing comedy, and well, Tom's like almost the house MC at Gutty's now, I guess. I mean,
Can we just say you are? We
seems
should
like
just
it.
say
there
he's the
all
voice
time.
of Gutties.
He's the Gutties. He's the guttiest Gutty at Gutty.
He is Gutty.
I would appreciate
Top shelf
it if
Gutty.
you shut that up right now.
Or top gut.
Gutty.
Anyway, but the other
Gutty.
thing is, and
Gutty.
a lot of you folks don't know this because you're, yes, fancier ketchup. Woohoo! I love that. I love that. Hello, Zach. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, Lab Glass. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing too. But and a lot of you don't know this because you don't get around in the Rochester area. But Ace is now apparently running some of the karaoke at Chip Shots. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Back at bar gigging at 40.
I bet that's fun.
Woo!
Well, we could talk about this as well, by the way, as far as, a woo and saying 40. If you think that's sad, Fight TV is going to be the one carrying Ric Flair's last show. They don't know how, they don't know where, but the end of July, man, is
You heard it first. Fight TV. You get to watch a live man die.
I would rather watch GCW do anything other than watch Ric Flair have one last match.
I
The
would love-
shit part is it's going to be, what, $60 to watch this freaking piece of goo just wrinkle around that ring?
Dude.
I mean,
you're not
it's going to
kidding.
be horrible.
So when they did the roast of Ric Flair back at StarCast 5, right? They're still like showing that on Fight TV that you can buy it. $70 still.
Fuck you.
It's for a fucking roast. I can go watch
Fuck
real
you.
comedians fucking roasting people from Comedy Central on like YouTube for free.
We
Fuck
should get
you.
it and just roast the roast.
Tommy, check and see if your mic is going through or if it's picking up on your computer.
Oh, yeah, I think you got to switch.
But whatever, hold on.
But anyway, also
Tell you what, you guys give us the money to buy that thing, we'll roast the roast. Because I'm sure it's just shitty. There might be a couple decent comics that they got on it or something, you know what I mean? But I mean, for the most part, it's just shitty.
Tom's fixed his mic, Redbeard. I'm going to leave your comment up until he can get back to it.
Yeah, no, we should be good. I don't know why.
Oh, now it sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden StreamYard changed it back over to the fucking webcam
Sicky
mic, but
smooth.
it's weird.
Well, don't let it do that shit.
I normally check it, but it had been good the last few weeks or months since we went over to StreamYard, and then today all of a sudden it went back to that, which is normally a problem we had on OBS, but
Well, maybe you had some kind of an update on your computer.
that might be true. So
There you go. All right, so you're going to address Redbeard's comment to you now?
when are you gonna put our picture up in your background, buddy? What picture? We have a picture together? What's your real name?
What?
No, I'm sure I have something somewhere, I guess.
What's your real name?
It's a joke. I'm just
Check
saying.
out that
But he's right.
profile.
If he wants to be part of our group, he would make us fancier ketchup, though. Let's just have an all redhead stable.
I said that once and you scoffed at me.
That's because I was at war with you at the time, and I wanted to make it.
We
very
should have
fucking
never.
violent.
The only war we've ever been in is only in your head, bro.
Because you talk too much. That's
He
why.
doesn't talk. He barely talks at all.
No, he doesn't.
He speaks. He speaks when it's proper to speak. Unlike somebody else on the show who just fucking runs off at the mouth and never stops.
Yeah, Ace, you fucker.
Wrong redhead, dude. Wrong redhead.
Yeah, so I will say this, though, going back to even what we said as far as, Robbie in 3 hours, but, if you're watching Forbidden Door on Sunday and it's nearly 5 hours long,
Oh,
and
God.
then you go over to
Do
Raw
it on a
for 3 hours.
Saturday for once, you know?
Well,
Bring
so
that
that's the thing. Like they used to do just Sundays on long weekends, right? When it was Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend. And this is now the 4th in a row that they put on Sunday for pay-per-view AEW outside of Full Gear was the last one was on
Full
Saturday.
Gear was the last one on a Saturday. Yeah.
By the way,
They'll do. Well, no, I take it back. Yeah, no, because then Sunday was Double or Nothing, Monday was Memorial Day, and then it'll be Sunday for All Out because they do that Labor Day weekend. So Labor
That's
Day,
what I'm saying.
everybody will have. So yeah, you're right.
And that would be a little different, but when you had Revolution on a Sunday and now Forbidden Door, I mean, Jesus, man, like Sundays are hard anyways, and then waking up for work the next day. But
he said Sunday and then Jesus. I just want to ask Dan as he's in there. So Dan, did you go to the show in Milwaukee last week?
Yeah, Dan, shut up.
Dan's been on doing a lot of traveling lately too.
I know he's been traveling. I know he was out of the country, but you didn't go.
That sucks.
I just was curious. It sounded like the audience was hot as hell at that show, which hey, Saturday's a better night because then you can take care of stuff.
Well, I mean, let's be real honest here, though, too. I mean, a pay-per-view is already an event, right? So you don't need a reason to stay home on a Sunday for an event like that. If you have it on a Saturday, and this is the same reason people want to push the Super Bowl to a fucking Saturday, is because it just makes sense if you have something that's so big that everybody wants to fucking see it, or if it's going to be an event, like just push it to a fucking day where you have a day already built in to fucking recoup.
The difference, though, with the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl's done by 8:30 or 9 o'clock typically.
Yeah, typically. I mean, not always, but I mean, yeah. I mean, it starts early enough where it should be done by that point. But I mean, obviously, with all the fucking commercials they get and the halftime show being what it is and all, so it's longer halftime than normal. But I digress. Oh, there's Jesse Teller. We're going to be on
Jesse. By the way, so Dan, you got COVID from the followers of the dead, huh? That sucks. I hope you're feeling better. By the way, yes, there's Jesse Towler, and tomorrow, you guys that are in the chat, if you wanna catch us not talking nearly as much about wrestling, of course we really haven't talked about a whole lot of it yet, but if you want to catch us talking not nearly as much about wrestling, you'll be on with Jesse on his show. Well, Ace and I are. I don't know if Tom's been invited or not yet.
I was actually invited to do last week's show, but he apparently double booked. So now I got to be stuck with you morons.
That's what he. I think that's what he said. I think that's what he said to keep you because I don't think he wants to have you on there by himself.
Shut up. Did you see his intro video? Actually, you might be correct. Tom Chilstram with one L. It's bullshit, Jesse, and you're better than that. I mean, barely, but you're better than that.
Jesse's always been an all-star in my book.
All-star piece of shit.
Now, see, this is you can't be doing this on his show. It's his show.
I'll do it on his show tomorrow,
bro. Fuck. Not cool, bro.
It's very cool.
That's the way to get. We'll lose listeners. People love him.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Sure.
It's not an honest mistake, Jesse. You fucking know me, and literally. My fucking name is on here. Literally. See?
Oh, Rod Stewart. Yeah, Rod Stewart's going to be around here too, I think.
That's how you spell it, Jesse, right there. Tom Chilstrom. See? 2 L's. No, STROM.
Hello.
Fucking dick.
Spelled hello.
I'm using my fucking username there, JR. Don't be a twat.
Well, you didn't have to say hello. Everybody knows you're right there in the chat.
All right. Fucking let's talk about it. Forbidden Door, guys. Let's talk about it.
I was really surprised that they jammed 4 matches into the pre-show.
I did not see the pre-show, and I didn't watch it live. I was kind of behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Factory made a huge impression on the pre-show, and by huge impression, I mean they lost both their matches, but they were part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something.
Oh, getting that Chris Jericho belt on the next cruise, huh, Dan? Nice.
Sweet, buddy.
Yeah, I'm officially not going, I don't think. It just never came together.
Yeah.
Now it's just too late.
There's Granny. How you doing, Granny?
Oh, here we go. Granny's here to talk shit to me about me doing his show on the 16th of July or some shit. So, yay.
You understand what you're getting into, Granny, when you take Tom as a guest.
Yeah, he's getting more ratings and better viewership. Yeah.
So exactly explain me the ratings on Twitch. Explain that to me, how they work.
Better viewership numbers. How about that?
Oh.
Sorry that I misspoke there. It's the 1 in a billion times it's going to happen on this fucking show.
You just speak every fucking almost time you open your mouth.
I also carry this show every week. I don't know what the fuck you want from me, JR.
He's not.
You can't have it.
Shut up a minute. Granny's 9 days sober. Would you congratulate him for that?
Yeah, right.
9 days he hasn't had transportation to the liquor store.
I'm waiting for the 10th day, man. Double digits or nothing. Also, I'm drinking plenty of beer and seltzers already, so
Attaboy.
I ain't no quitter. Also, because I got coupons in the mail today for Cub Liquor, so I will be fucked up for about a month straight.
Think how much you have to go to a liquor store to get coupons from them.
No, literally, Cub just sent them out this week saying like, "Hey, we're in your neighborhood. Here's some coupons to come see us." So,
yeah, because you moved into a new neighborhood. They said, "Oh, look, this guy got a big drinking
for
bill.
Sure,
he's the man. We need to give him some coupons so he'll come and visit our establishment."
Here's the thing: there's enough coupons.
You're above coupons.
I'm not.
Top shelf does.
No. I'm saying coupons. Like how he said it though. The coupons. The blue collar comedy tour coupons.
Right. I'm not above using coupons for booze, mostly because of the fact that once I'm under $1 a beer, it feels like I'm saving money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
True story.
And with all the times I go out and drink heavily on my own dime, mind you, and pay for other people to live the lavish lifestyle that I am used to.
Woo!
I mean that has it comes in handy to be able to drink at home for less than $1 a beer. Fuck yeah, dude!
So handy.
Yeah.
You should just print out your own top shelf coupons.
Well, I try to, but that doesn't go over very well at the strip club.
Hey, you're not selling it properly then.
I try to sell it real hard. Like everything about me is top shelf, even you. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know."
We don't know who you are, sir.
Yeah, see, that's not the way you sell it.
That's their fault.
It could be. Could be.
All right.
Oh, Christ.
So, yeah, the buy-in. The funnest part of this was probably the fact that the Gun Club, they got a new theme song from Danhausen.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best things going right now in AEW too. And I'll say this: it's like the Acclaimed have gotten over now with this Ass Boys business, the same way that the Dark Order initially got over after everybody going, "What the hell are they doing?" And I was not necessarily a huge fan of the Acclaimed, but now I am, because it's all hilarious to me. You know, I love the fact that Billy Gunn is now Daddy Ass. I think the scissoring is going to get legs. See what I did there?
No, yeah, that's good. It's a good joke.
Good to see you, Granny.
But yeah, no, I mean, the quick rundown of the buy-in, we had Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi versus the factory of QT Marshall and Aaron Solo. Hiroki Goto and Hashi win clearly. Lance Archer versus Nick Camarado, not just an AEW versus AEW. This is Lance Archer from Suzuki Gun, if you will. He picks up the win. Keith Lee and Strickland versus El Desperado and Kanemaru, and Strickland and Lee win, which is not really surprising. And then, yeah, technically a 2-on-4 handicap match against the the Young Lions of the LA Dojo,
Yeah.
Max Caster and Billy Gunn pick up the victory over 4 of the smallest dudes I've ever seen in my life in a ring. And Yuya Uemura is a Asian version of Jim Jeffries with his haircut.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, and I thought it was hilarious. I still will go back to the fact that it's like people don't realize how huge Billy Gunn really is.
Yes.
I mean, that dude is big.
He's like 6'7".
It seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure seems like it.
6'7", like a stacked 260, man. Like, and that guy's still in great shape for being past 50.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, it was a good buy-in, though. I mean, honestly, for free matches and stuff like that on their YouTube channel, man, you really couldn't have fucking beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Now, I will say this. I don't understand as they come to the end of the buy-in show where they say, it starts in just 1 minute. What you've only got 1 minute left. And I told my son, because obviously we had already purchased it, but I told my son, I said, don't you think if I waited an extra 5 minutes because he had to go to the bathroom or something and then bought it, they'd still take my money, right? Like, yeah. They'd still take my money if I started an hour late. They'd still take my money if I decided to not watch it tonight and maybe watch it in 2 days, right?
Yep.
So I don't understand that aspect of it. I mean, that's total old school, total, old business model shit, and I just don't get why they do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the live buys still matter. I guess I don't think it does, but because I learned from Double or Nothing, basically, like if you're going through the Bleacher Report app, make sure you get it early, so then if it does fuck up, you can come back and actually get in when you need to. So,
yeah, I learned that after the I can't remember which show it was. There was a show that it was gigantically fucked up, and I was pissed. But since then, I've bought it in advance, and I've started the stream a couple of minutes before the actual buy-in's supposed to start, so that way, And I've not had any problems with any kind of an issue. I will say, and I liked Fights. I like Fights format of their, I guess, stream purchase platform. I guess it's a platform, right?
Right.
I like their platform much better than BR's. BR sort of sucks.
Well, so BR's was supposed to be built around
Jeez, kitty. Sorry.
Turner Media having the rights to like Champions League stuff, and then also putting possibly some NBA stuff on there, and then that kind of fell through. That was supposed to be like their like ESPN Plus, if you will.
Yeah.
And then they lost the contract for Champions Leagues, and then they didn't have fucking European soccer. And then I guess the NBA would not allow them to put any games on Bleacher Report app because they already had a deal with ESPN to be able to put some local broadcast games through on ESPN Plus and all that sort of shit. So basically it kind of fell through where this is now the one thing that's actually running Bleacher Report app. So other than if you have it on your phone, you can read articles. But if you have it on your TV or Roku or whatever, you're going to have some... It's all really built around having AEW on there.
Yeah. And Danny, they do still do a pre-show on Peacock for WWE. I don't typically watch any of it because I don't even know if they do. I don't even know if they do a match on theirs anymore. I got sick of the kind of contrived predictions and stuff. They typically have Booker T, the King. Sometimes they'll have JBL on there.
Sometimes Lita, Caleb Braxton's normally the one running.
Caleb Braxton's the one running it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, okay. I mean, I like all of those people, but it's just not interesting to me.
No, and their WrestleMania one's probably the worst because it's so long and drawn out. I mean, that's already like a 2-hour fucking show, just for the pre-show, and then you add on like the 3 hours a night or whatever.
Here's the problem with this, and I've come to find out that I'm not a huge fan of it with AEW either. Is this and I'll I like AEW, but the watching the road to Forbidden Door or whatever the hell it was not quite the same this time as it has been on Tippett. But typically, if you watch that, then you're subjected to watch the whole damn thing again throughout the entire show, because they just take those chunks and run them ahead of the matches. And while that's good for people who are not fans, that hey, this is the first time I'm watching this. For people that are fans and follow on a regular basis, it's like, fuck.
Well, so one credit to this last show with AEW and New Japan, though, and it's because New Japan has their own model where they don't necessarily like to run a lot of fucking previews, especially if you look at like their Wrestle Kingdom. It's more, they might do a few previews of their bigger matches that show, but they want to run in and get the matches done and through and people to the ring, because they know that people in the audience are going to possibly lose interest after a while.
Right.
Because some of the events that they don't have like big screens where people can like, oh, cool, like there's that. I mean, Corrigan Hall has like fucking 0 things. Like,
yeah, I think you're right too, Dan. I mean, they push it, and but again, it's just that old business model. And I mean, when you got these guys, it's just how we've always done it. It's like that's what they're going to continue to do, which Ace can tell you when you work at a radio station and they say, well, this is how we've always done it, you might as well quit, because they're gonna drive it into the ground.
Right.
And that's what this is.
Don't rock the boat.
Yeah.
I
will tell you, I always thought radio was a cover your ass industry if you were at a certain level. You didn't want to do anything new. You didn't want to do anything innovative. You just wanted to cover your ass so you didn't get fired.
It's old media. That's the thing. I mean, if you really think about it, newspapers are the oldest media, and then it's radio. So,
rocks are the oldest media.
Pigeons. Okay, Pigeons.
Nah, there were rocks way before people.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I'm just saying, as far as to the masses, right? Rocks were to tablets as pigeons were to messages, and the newspaper evolved all of that. So, I mean, literally, it was I guess books are the oldest media.
The Town Crier was way before the newspaper.
True.
Tom be a Tom Crier.
Top shelf.
Hear ye, hear ye. Cool. Hear ye, hear ye. JR's old as shit. Is that Town Crier material for you guys?
No, because I was way young when there was Town Criers around. So fuck off.
Oh, sorry.
Never make it.
JR will eventually be the oldest man on Twitch. What's Twitch? Hear ye, hear ye.
By the way, if you'd like me to play that song.
The devil.
Discount says you're not funny.
Oh, who isn't funny? Tom?
Yeah.
Discount's a bitch. How about that?
Oh,
Discount
man.
don't give a fuck what you say.
Call a spade here, motherfucker.
Discount will kill you.
Don't be mean to the show, cat.
Discount can't even get basically on its own fucking legs, let alone fucking attack me and kill me.
Motherfucker can jump on furniture.
Oh, motherfucker can jump on furniture. So can I, motherfucker.
You can roll off furniture.
Dude, if we're talking about big boys and stuff, man, you might want to fucking find another fucking target on this one, fella.
Hey, man, I'm fucking hot. Deal with it.
I know, I've seen your apartment. There's very little air conditioning.
Deal with it. Deal with it, Thomas.
Lab Glass Project, thank you for the 100 bits. We needed that a little sooner, actually, when we had almost.
That ain't for you. That's for the cat, you asshole.
Let's see. It says discount right there.
Because discount
Cheer
can't fucking
for
say
discount.
Yep.
Can you fucking read, Tom?
I can. I still have to thank
them
for
the
not
fucking
to? Bits. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we fucking paying the cat bits now? Get the fuck out of here.
You didn't know he gets a cut?
If he gets named every time there's a.
I mean, in all reality, you're the 4th member.
You want to really fucking go there? You want to start this fucking argument again? Where the real fucking star relies on this fucking show?
No, people are tired of the same thing. We try to do different things every week. So keep talking about Forbidden Door because it was good.
It was a
Was
good
it?
show. I was trying to keep fucking talking about it. You guys just want to go on your little fucking tirades about discount shit.
Hey, every once in a while, we have to do something because it can't just be heel promo every week from you all show.
Yeah. And
It wasn't that way last
and to be
week.
fair,
No, and honestly, last week was I think, Matt, you were pretty giddy to have your own your guest on there.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. What'd you do?
See?
Hey, and you. All right, now we're good.
And you're worried about me talking shit about your cat, huh? It's right there in front of you, and the cat's
he's
still
smarter
fucking
than
you up.
all of us.
Cat's fucking it up, man. Maybe that's why you got the bits.
the cat would like to preempt the show.
No, so here's the thing. I mean, I like Bill. Honestly, as far as the guys in wrestling that I know, through Ricky or just being able to meet, like him, the System, Riley Jackson. Like again, all these guys can play heels very well. They've also played faces in a few places, man. But like, dude, I love those fucking guys, dude. And JDX is another one, man. Like I haven't seen in a while. I'm glad to see he's doing a few more shows here and there in Minneapolis as well. But dude, those guys are gonna all be fucking huge, man. So
Gonna be huge.
I mean, obviously you already see like Dante and Darius, but like those guys are all kind of like right there, ready to make their marks, man.
The Midwest is hopping right now.
Well, you're right. I mean, honestly, and I'm not even counting all the fucking Iowa boys that we know and we love.
Chicago, dude, they're fucking
I mean,
everywhere right now.
Bryce Jordan's gonna make his name known everywhere, right? Right, JR?
Fuck him.
By the way, when is the show that we got to go see Mr. Jordan come on our turf?
Oh, that's right. Is it?
It's in what was it? AW? No, it was Steel Domain. No, who was it?
I thought it was MAW down in Rochester.
July something or other. Oh,
no.
Thank you, Danny. You're the look. He gave 1,000 to discount, Tom. None to you.
Stealing all those
Tom.
motherfucker bits. I don't
He
give a shit.
appreciates it. Thank you, Dan.
Zero to Tom. Look, he used the emoji.
I see that,
for
JR.
discount.
You
Are
fucking
you
bumbling
sure?
idiot.
Because I
see
just
it.
want to make sure that you see it.
Well, I mean, I think
You didn't seem to see the first one.
I said
which is
thank you
why
to
I wanna
Lab Glass for throwing out the fucking bits in the first place, and you thank Dan for the fucking bits too this time, JR. So don't
But
act like I didn't fucking do
I
it.
also said look at discount there. It says discount.
Wow. I mean, thank God it's a fucking emoji, so you don't have to fucking read a thing, you illiterate fuck.
Oh really?
Oh really?
Why
Oh really?
Why are we trying to try to hurt each other's feelings right now?
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
feel like
trying
you
to
guys
hurt
are trying to tear
anybody's
into me for no
feelings. I'm
fucking
just trying to
reason.
make sure that everybody knows what
We're
kind
also
of an
100 bit
asshole
donation
the
away
top
from
shelf is.
Shut up. We're 100 bit donation away from a hype train. So, or I'm sorry, discounts 100 bit donation away from a fucking hype train.
No, he already said we could use that money to get the Ric Flair match if we want, so we can.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean, you guys don't want to watch a man die in the ring?
I mean, how many heart attacks do you think a man can have? Because they got to have the fucking defibrillator right there on ringside, right?
So, like, wait, hang on. First of all, though, like, and I know we were talking Forbidden Door, but have they announced his opponent? I know it was supposed to be Steamboat, then it wasn't because like he's too much money and he doesn't think he can do as much or something. Which is it's insane to hear Steamboat say he doesn't think he can give him the match he wants. It's like you can wrestle circles around that old ass.
So
Steamboat
initially,
is still in good fucking health, man. Because he doesn't drink himself or smoke himself or fucking eat himself or fuck himself to.
What was the thing though that's Jake the Snake was talking about, where he's like he was afraid that he was the reason something happened to Steamboat? It sounded like a thing.
I don't know.
I heard initially that the proposed match for Flair was FTR and Flair versus the Rock and Roll Express and Steamboat.
Why would the Rocket? No,
because they're old and Flair can do shit to them, I guess.
No.
By the way, Ospreay and Cassidy was one of the better matches of the night.
Definitely was.
And I
although the Zack Sabre Jr. and Cesaro or Claudio match since it was since we didn't know who was going to be in it. To be honest, when he came out like right away, I was like, oh well, this just turned into an instant banger right now.
Yeah,
and it was.
So if we want to skip ahead, those two matches I think were the best of the night.
Yes, sir.
Zack Sabre Jr. needs to have every fucking title in the world. I don't know how this guy does not have all the fucking titles. I know he's been like was it like King of Japan or something like that, or whatever the fuck they have it as far as some of the titles for New Japan. And I know he's been Rev Pro champion before, but this guy needs to have every fucking title, dude. Every one of those submission holds looks vicious as shit. And I don't know, man. That guy should not fucking lose ever again, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a prick, but like, who isn't? Who can do all that shit, man?
He's like an MJF that can wrestle his ass off.
Right.
Yeah, Dan,
because he does have a mouth on him. So
yeah, and you're right, Dan. I don't know anybody that didn't expect he was the guy, but it was still cool when he came out.
Yeah, like I don't think they try to hide the shit anymore. I mean, like they really are kind of loose with everything now. I mean, when they got away with Daniel and Cole all in the same night, they haven't really had any like big surprise since then.
Although if you look at the I don't know if it was in the media scrum or where it was, but Cesaro or Claudio was signed like at the beginning of June, and initially his debut was not going to be at Forbidden Door.
Well, no, I thought they said that the scrum that happened after they went off air, or when they were the last segment after the match where they were like beating them up and they all made the save.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that was going to happen anyways, and that was going to be his debut.
Oh.
But then when
Bryan Danielson.
When Danielson got hurt, they then just were like, all right, well, he's just going to do that. We have to put him in that match.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And just to clarify about Jake the Snake and Ricky Steamboat, Jake the Snake gave an update on Diamond Dallas Page's show and saying some stuff that Ricky wasn't in great health, and then he apologized the week afterwards, saying that he kind of spoke out of line. He never actually cleared it with Ricky to talk about his health. So, and that he was actually heavy-hearted in that moment, realizing that he spoke out of turn, if you will, as far as on Ricky's health. So that was what that whole debacle was, but they've worked it out and have since forgiven each other. So
interesting. It's just like when you tell me to fuck off and die.
I don't see. That's not about your health, though. That's just me wanting the best for this show.
But you're still talking out of turn when you do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually don't want you to. I don't want you to fuck off and die. I just want you to fuck off.
No.
See, totally different. Totally different. You're right, Dan. It was the worst kept secret, but also I thought he would genuinely appear only to be an ROH guy, because, and Ace and I have talked about this, in person before, like just hanging out. Dude, I don't know what they're going to do with their ROH, but they got to have their own separate.
Shit, we got the Shank in the house.
They got to have their own separate roster, right? I mean, you got to figure probably Samoa Joe or whoever is going to probably lead that one, but I don't know, it's going to be interesting.
Nice.
But you guys want to do the rundown?
Sure, go ahead. You can be in charge of it.
All right, I'll lead this fucking train. So the actual first show of the pay-per-view, the technical pay-per-view, was Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino. Oh.
Yeah,
and
Wheeler Yuta. I was like not jumping to do that.
Yeah, and then Minoru Suzuki, Chris Jericho, and Sammy Guevara with Ty Conti. Apparently Sammy and Ty are both part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. 6-man tag action. Shota had a good fucking match, that's for sure. Better than I thought it was going to be, as far as a guy whose father is Red Shoes, and this all came about him being part of this match because apparently Jericho's last appearance in New Japan, he struck down Red Shoes and then put Shota in a fucking Walls of Jericho on the outside of the ring, and that's where this all came about. Not a great match by any stretch of the imagination. Wheeler had a lot of good spots. Sammy had a few good spots. Minoru Suzuki is still one of my favorite stoic wrestlers of all time. But his age is kind of showing. In our chat, I mentioned the other day as far as Hiroshi Tanahashi is kind of looking like a bit in like Hulk Hogan age, and JR corrected me and saying he's looking more like he's Hacksaw Jim Duggan, has a little bit more movement to him, but still very stiff on a lot of his fucking movements now. So I don't know how much Tanahashi has, but that's kind of what we're seeing with Minoru Suzuki too, is that he's kind of limited with what he's doing. So
I feel like Shank could be like a good reincarnation of Hacksaw.
Oh, I'd put money behind that one for sure.
Yeah.
Let's get you that 2x4 Shank.
We don't want to infringe totally.
Yeah, all right.
How about a 4x4?
How about a twig? Yeah, that'll work.
A fishing rod.
There it is.
You go into the ring and whip people with a fishing rod.
I like it. Anyways.
So Jericho, Guevara, and Suzuki won that match. So at Blood and Guts this Wednesday, the Jericho Appreciation Society will have the advantage going into that match, which that match is 6-person, I think, with Jericho Appreciation Society, and then also I guess that's what they have. And then you have Kingston, Santana Ortiz, and then all of Blackpool Combat Club. So Yuta, Moxley, and now Claudio as well. So that should be a hell of a match, no matter how fucking weird it's going to look. When's Shank's next episode? I don't know, man. You want to come on next week? I don't know if we have anybody booked at all. That's Ace's spot, actually. So
well, we got 3 weeks before, not counting this week, 3 weeks before the Hall of Fame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do we want to get a lot of the folks that are going to Hall of Fame on with us? If that's the case, I'm sure that the Shank will be at that show. So we'll definitely want to have him on to give a little preview of what he'll be doing.
Well, he is a hometown boy to Waterloo. There, we all learned that.
Hell yes.
Absolute. God damn it! I knew it was a vodka company or something.
You know, it's commentary for their match, bro.
Here's the thing, isn't it funny when
Which, by the way, check it out on YouTube, guys. You can watch that show. You can hear Tommy's debut on commentary.
Hold on.
Isn't it funny when
something to say?
Isn't it funny when Tom isn't the one running the ship? That he sure is fast and quick with all of the fucking comments whenever there's a misspoken word or anything like that. But when he's running the ship, boy, the dead air just keeps on coming, doesn't it?
I didn't know that was dead air there. I just thought I was trying to find the right word there.
Girls.
But
yeah, and he didn't say anything. It's called dead air when there's nothing going on.
So sorry about that, JR. Maybe next time you can fuck off and die. How
girls, bring it back, girls.
Shut up, Ace, you fucking
Ladies.
twat. Next match for combination of titles we had. This is actually, I think, my favorite match of the night, by the way, by a landslide.
Tanahashi is 45, by the way, the same age as John Cena.
Yeah. Also, Shank, hit me up for real this week about next week.
Yeah, it'd be great to have him back on the show, especially now that he's part of that top shelf life, baby. Anyhow, second match was the combining, if you will, or winner-take-all match between United Empire of Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan, FTR, and Roppongi Vice. This was for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships and the ROH Tag Team Championships. Hell of a fucking barn burner here, boys. Hell of a fucking bar burner.
Yeah, it was good shit, dude. I always like me Rocky Romero out there. Always fun to watch. FTR, dude, their theme song's my favorite right now.
Well, it is definitely the catchiest of the bunch of these ones for sure, because Roppongi Vice is kind of a fucking nauseating theme song, and I don't know enough about United Empire, haven't seen them enough to know their theme song. So
well, you know that the FTR theme song is a reworking of the theme from Midnight Express, which the Midnight Express used.
Yes, JR, we're all old as fucking, so we know that.
Oh, well, I just wanted to make sure, Tom, that you just didn't
Did I not say it's catchy?
What up, G-Lox?
No, you didn't. No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, there we
What's
go.
good?
Yeah, your old man is old man itis has fucking come back and
Sure
got
it is.
bitch in the ass.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah, for anybody who didn't see it, Dax Harwood went down with a shoulder injury, leaving Cash Wheeler by himself. But he eventually made the tag to Trent, who went roughshod on United Empire, Great O'Con, and Cobb. And then eventually Dax came back, and FTR, spoiler alert, is your new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions and the still ROH champions. They have now held 7 promotional tag team titles: NXT, SmackDown, Raw, AEW, AAA, ROH, and now the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And I would love to see them possibly pick up the Impact titles if that working relationship is still there with AEW and Impact. That'd be great to see.
Don't you think they're gonna take the AEW belts off the Bucks again?
Yes, but I don't know if it's going to be in this segment of them being real belt collectors, because they literally just pulled off the same shit almost as Kenny Omega, as far as just a different promotion. But when Omega had the the AAA Omega Championship, and then the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and then the Impact, well, technically Impact and TNA Heavyweight Championships. So,
but they aren't nearly as annoying as Kenny was with it. And
I will
and it
say
also
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and it also reminds me, what the hell ever happened to Don Callis?
Well, he did get fired from Impact.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because he was taking up too much time with AEW, but obviously when your bread and butter goes away, and then Anderson Gallows rejoined Bullet Club, you kind of have a lack of resources at that point. So I'm sure he'll pop back up when Kenny does, whenever that might be. So, and then of course Kenny, the whole week leading up to Forbidden Door, had to do multiple interviews saying that he was not the filling competitor for Bryan Danielson, that he was not going to be that guy, but he did know who it was. Obviously everybody, I assume, in the EVP and Tony Khan and most of the team fucking knew who it was going to be, but he did have to answer that question multiple times at multiple different junctions, I guess, leading up to the event in Chicago. So good for him for at least answering those and being around to fucking answer them too, because I know he's still dealing with a lot of that fucking after effect from the surgeries and the Vertigo. Thank you, Ace.
That was me, by the way, but thanks for
You're
paying
welcome.
attention, you stupid
welcome.
fucking idiot.
No, that was me. I know all.
Thanks, Ace. I appreciate you yelling at me like that too. I'm just gonna call you both Ace. It's gonna make it much easier, and also because no one really gives a shit about what either one of you says, so I might as well just say one person's name. Anyhow, moving on.
I it's fun to watch his mouth move, isn't it?
Third match, another title match. We had the finals of the AEW All Atlantic Championship match. Miro versus Pac versus Malachi Black versus some douchebag from New Japan, Clark Connors, who is the fill-in for the injured Ishii. Tomohiro Ishii was not able to make it because of a knee injury that he suffered. Not a bad match. Clark Connors, a bit undersized in my mind. Even smaller than Pac, I think. He's a couple inches shorter than Pac. But not a bad match. A lot of back and forth. A lot of good fucking brawling going on. Miro definitely showed that he's back and ready to go. So I can't wait to see where he actually ends up as far as the card goes and where his next shot is. But
Dude needs a title for real.
I really thought he was going to have this one, especially with how long he kept Pac in the end game. Or game over?
Yeah, I kind of did. I was like, it's gonna be Miro or Black. Pac was a dark horse for me. I didn't think he was gonna do that one.
I'll tell you what, my son told me something, and I didn't realize this. He said one of the things that was mentioned was that AEW is just on fire in England.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it makes perfect sense for Pac to win that.
But didn't they announce dates in Europe soon?
I believe so.
Well, I know they made a big deal a couple weeks ago on Dynamite to reiterate that they are the #1 wrestling show in the United Kingdom right now.
I will say this: I was disappointed that Miro didn't win. I was also kind of intrigued that he got blacklisted.
Yeah,
and I'm interested to see how that goes. Because I love the House of Black, and I love Miro, and that can only be good.
So, do you think Miro joins House of Black?
No, I don't. I think that makes zero sense. But I think he will feud with them.
I think that
he is over.
Feud. Yeah, I mean, you need to get House of Black out of this feud with Death Triangle, and obviously with this match being over, they can definitely put it to an end, and maybe they go after Miro. If he was to join House of Black, I can only imagine that fucking tag team with him and Brody King, though. Holy shit. If you needed fucking a monster tag team, that would be the fucking ones to have right there. I mean, Brody King is already he's a monster. He can fucking fly around that ring, man. The dude's super athletic. But if you add Miro and they're both doing a lot of the same shit and are both great, talented athletes and doing the damn thing throughout the ring and throwing people around and all this other shit, man, like that'd be a fucking hell of a tag team right there. But
I still feel like Miro will be a lone wolf simply because the Redeemer angle is just so good for him.
It really is a good angle, and that's why too. I don't know if he needs a title. It makes more sense for him to have a title, but with the Redeemer, you could have him squash everybody.
Oh yeah,
and then I mean that's what he can do. Is literally like that might be like their baptism, if you will, right? Like he's redeeming them by injuring them or squashing them or killing them or whatever you want to call it. Like him being so dominant could actually be a very good thing for AEW because you don't necessarily need him to have a title to do all that stuff. Because when he was the TNT champion, it was a good run, but it wasn't necessarily over the fucking moon with what he was showing off, really. He was a great champion, but again, he can definitely do just as much by just going through and destroying everybody, which could still be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see what they start doing right now because this last week, obviously, everything was just set up and further build for Forbidden Door. Now they can get back to actual AEW storylines, so it'll be interesting to see what they do, where they go.
Well, especially considering we got 2 months leading up to All Out, which is a nice, you can throw things back in and get some.
Did they not make an All Out announcement during this show? No, during Forbidden Door, they didn't make an All Out.
If they did,
I could have sworn that there's a couple camera angles where you could kind of see what looked like an All Out banner with a date hanging. Maybe. I'm really wondering if it's going to move to the United Center.
It probably should, especially with the numbers. I mean, they've sold out since it was All In. So, I mean, All In sold out. All Out has sold out every time in that smaller venue. I mean, WWE is booking it right now as far as the smaller venue. They're in, Rockford, Illinois or something like that?
No, it's in Hoffman Estates, but yeah.
Yeah. But the United Center would be a better, especially the way they had set up. I found this kind of interesting too, because you don't normally see people behind the stage, right? But that second row or that second level, the upper deck, they had that whole upper deck section open, so they didn't have the tallest stage there. I thought that was pretty interesting on Sunday with the arrangement for that. So that's just a little something I noticed. I mean, that could have been just, hey, we have demand, so we might as well just open it up. And I mean, honestly, I kind of like that stage anyways, with being shorter like that, having a couple tunnels and then the floor level video screen. I think it worked.
It looked good. Looked good.
All right. Fourth match. Also, too, yeah, just to reiterate, All Atlantic Champion, your first ever All Atlantic Champion is Pac. Won by submission. And then next we have the fourth match is the Dudes with Attitude, Shingo Takagi, Darby Allin, and Sting versus the Young Bucks representing Bullet Club along with El Phantasmo, and Hakuleo is the ringside strongman, if you will, for Bullet Club. This is a hell of a fucking match too. I didn't necessarily like the start of this, as far as kind of showing the rafters and their Sting, and then all of a sudden Sting appears on the entryway and dives on Bullet Club like that. It's kind of a lame start for me.
I just keep yelling out, "Don't jump, old man! Don't jump!"
Well, yeah, because he's over 60 now. I mean, or 60, like what, 62?
He's 2 years older than I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank God.
Plus, did you see how padded that coat that he jumped with was?
Well, and you definitely saw the Bucks and Phantasmo get into spot to make sure that they were there to pat him as much as they could. Like Hakule was almost that's the thing. He was too tall to like really help in that because he's taking a lot of the force right away. You kind of need to level it off. So you have the three smaller guys kind of take that. I mean, Hakuleo still got hit by the dive, but I don't know. Again, it's not my favorite way of starting a match, just because and this is my sick little WCW mind going back to it, but I would almost rather have had him come down from the rafters.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were gonna do.
I thought so too, but also when you just finished up the Owen Hart tournament, you can't really do it. And I don't think anybody wants to do it now. Obviously, with bringing back Owen Hart's name and stuff.
Do it.
Well, yeah.
Shit's nice though. Did you notice, guys? They brought Sting number 33 back to make the appearance in the rafters. It was really nice of them to do that.
That's awesome.
Is that who that was?
Sting number 33.
Yeah. You get a guy a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not, man? But I did really like the over the top Young Buck,
because there's a bunch of just fake Stings. Get it?
Yeah. I knew you were.
I know.
Let's just acknowledge it and just move on. No, I do really like over the top heel Young Bucks, and they were never more over the top and heel than when they were in Bullet Club. So them doing a lot of stuff, El Phantasmo doing like a couple of the show off backflips and stuff like that, and then eventually doing the rake of the back of Darby Allin, and then Matt Jackson going even more over the top, doing flips back and forth, and then eventually doing the jive Billy White Shoes dance with the fucking knees. I fucking dug the shit out of that, and then just doing a real basic back rake of Darby Allin.
We call that the dude love.
Is that what we do? I mean, I call it the Billy White Shoes because that's who invented it. But you can talk as much as you want, Ace.
Dude love, perfect.
I'm sure Billy White Shoes Johnson invented that particular move.
He did.
No, he fucking.
That's his fucking dance, dude. Billy
White
Shoes.
Let's see. If you want to go back and watch the Beverly Hillbillies, Jed Clampett was doing that, and that was black and white.
What's his name?
Way before Billy White Shoes Johnson ever did it in the fucking.
Tommy, what's his name?
You stooge.
Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Houston Oilers.
Yeah, I like how you asked me his name, even though JR said it 3 times before you fucking asked me.
Well, but I wasn't looking for it when I got to the part where I was going to type it in. He was like way off that, just yelling at you at that point. So
yeah, he started bringing up Jed Clampett for some fucking reason. Old man.
1974 to 1988. Nah, man, it had to have been before 74.
No, Tom said he invented it, so Tom must be fucking right.
Yeah, I know. Thank God you fucking recognized it. And I don't think Jed Clampett ever did that. When the fuck would he have done that? And also, too, hillbillies don't know fucking class.
Watch the show, you idiot.
Did you know he was a professional softball player as well?
Damn.
Jed Clampett, he was very talented.
You meant Billy White Shoes, you dickhead. You know that.
Oh, I don't think so.
I didn't know there was pro softball. I don't know. And I'm just saying on Wikipedia, it don't say nothing about him inventing no dance.
It's just the greatest.
But it doesn't say he doesn't.
It's one of the greatest touchdown celebrations of all time, man. So big old spike of the ball and then just into the jive leg. Loved it. Greatest of all time. Dance-wise, not receivers, clearly. Anyhow, that one, the dudes with attitude, Shingo Takagi.
Horrible name.
Yeah, definitely an old school 80s Sting pulling his clout thing or whatever. Because the last time there was dudes with attitudes, by the way, I think it was Sting, Arn Anderson, and Lex Luger back in '88. They referenced this during the show, by the way.
Yeah.
So I did. That was the last time there was a dudes with attitude team. This was also supposed to be. This is one that was changed because of injury. It was supposed to feature Hikuleo in the actual bout, but Hiromu Takahashi went down with injury, so he was not able to be there. As I mentioned in our group chat, I can't believe they only had one Ingonables de Japón member with this, but that makes sense now that you didn't have Hiromu in the match. So there you go. It's supposed to be a 4-on-4, and it'd be on 3-on-3. Still a very good match. Dudes with attitude pick up the pinfall win.
Fucking dudes with attitudes.
Yeah.
Dudes with
And now we get back to
That's all the song
championship.
can be. That's all you got to make it. Doesn't have to be anything else but that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those 80s, early
Mhm.
90s theme songs, man. You just keep repeating the name of the team, right?
Yep.
With some kind of driving guitar and bass chord, man.
Yep. Hogan on the bass.
Fuck you. Fifth match of the actual pay-per-view is the women's AEW Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm.
Good match.
Yeah, not a bad match. Toni Storm came down with no, real extra costume, nothing necessary extra for the fanfare of the event.
Came down with extra booty though.
Yeah, this was one of the most beautiful matches we've ever seen.
I watched it with our buddy Casey. You guys know Casey. That's why I was like, "Holy booty mania!" This match, huh, bud?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
But a really good match. Kind of disappointed that Toni Storm did not pick up the victory. Good back and forth though. Overall, not the best women's title match we've seen from AEW, or definitely not Thunder Rosa. But
So who's Thunder Rosa dropping that thing to?
Anybody, please.
Isn't that sad? We all wanted her to win it, and then she got it, and now it's just like
I loved her so much in NWA. When she came over, I was so excited. And the key, I think, is Thunder Rosa with that title seems arrogant. And that's the turnoff. When she's chasing to get that title, absolute gold. But once she gets it, I could literally care less about her. And it's sad because I really like her.
What up, Nella? But who is she going to drop it to? That's the question.
That is a good question. I thought Toni Storm would be the best choice.
I mean, there was a chance. And who is Jade going to drop her title to? Because let's be honest,
Jade's going to drop to Athena, I believe.
She's got to, right?
Yeah, that's the one that makes the most sense because, Ruby's had her chance at it. Chris Statlander's had her chance at it. A bunch of other people, obviously, too. But I don't know. I think that one's going to be Athena. And then, I don't know. I mean, you technically still have Rosa and Toni Storm fighting Marina Shafir and Nyla Rose. So,
got Ty Conti in the chat from Rowdy Loudy.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad.
That could be good.
I mean, Ty's good, but I just don't.
Oh God, dude! Dan, if they drop it to Britt, again, I love her, but that's the problem. Is AEW's women's division needs that mix-up. You know what I mean?
And the problem with Britt is Britt never won him. I mean, she never won without interference.
Yeah, I don't think she's had any. Maybe one or two matches she won clean.
But also, she's playing the heel. She's playing even more heel when she was healthy.
It gets old. At a certain point, it's like you can't cheat every fucking match you have.
Well, that, and you just have to expand your roster. I mean, they did that with Nyla Rose too. For a while there, she just was first contender for everyone who wanted it, and it was just like, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, you got a stacked room of women back there. You're bringing some really great women talent on for your dark shit, and you can't build a women's locker room?
Well, I mean, I've been hearing more and more that Abaddon wants a real shot, like not
Fuck
just
it,
to do
give
her.
it to her.
Actually, I think that'd be very interesting if they dropped a title to her.
She's over.
She is over. I mean, also too, like she's been working incredibly hard.
Yeah, dude.
like outside of the ring.
gains for sure, dude. Yeah, she's
so
kicking ass.
So I mean, that wouldn't be so bad. And also too, that's a hell of a weird character to go with. But I mean, you can definitely make that work, man. Like people forget, the Undertaker wasn't the easiest sell as during his first reign as WWF champion, but you know, because it's a undead man / he's the Undertaker, right? So like, there's mysticism behind that or whatever. You know, you can do a lot of different things with Abaddon.
Spooky shit, bro. Spooky shit.
Yeah, because you don't need to have her have a regular entrance either. You know, like all of a sudden, somebody could come down and then all of a sudden, like her music turns on and then turns off real quick, and all of a sudden she's just there in the fucking ring, dude.
Yeah, like Boogeyman style. But the thing is, too, is like they were already doing that. They just stopped putting her on TV. Because like her first few matches on TV, like people loved her, and it was that whole thing. Anyone she went against was always playing that "holy shit, I'm shitting myself. This is so scary. Oh my god, what is that? It's a zombie." And yeah, they just kind of stopped. So I don't know. Maybe she was injured or something. Has she been getting dark matches?
I think she's back on dark now.
Because let's be honest, too, AEW is just plagued with injuries right now.
Yeah, and can't keep anybody fucking healthy. I mean, obviously, this pay-per-view alone changed multiple times with CM Punk not being able to go, Bryan Danielson not being able to go. Who else? Hiromu Takahashi not being able to go. And I think there's like 2 other ones that couldn't go and shit like that too. So I mean, even the Young Bucks, BT yesterday, they mentioned in their little final wrap up segment that that match that they had changed about 12 different times over the course of the last 3 weeks or so because of guys that they wanted to have in that match as far as Bullet Club members. Then they couldn't have it. They wanted to eventually have Kyle O'Reilly. Apparently he actually did sustain an injury during that match with Moxley as far as being the contender for the interim title. And then Bobby Fish was injured, so they couldn't have him either. And then, I mean, literally, and then the Bullet Club options just kind of fell by the wayside because they couldn't get Chase back, I guess, or some shit like that with travel and all that sort of stuff too, because they even wanted to have him on the show too. But so, yeah. So, I mean, for what ended up being a really good card, in my opinion, could have been probably better, which is odd, but it was also nice during this match that they did mention Stardom as far as Tony Storm being a former champion of Stardom, and saying that that's kind of under the same umbrella as New Japan.
All right. I have the list. Sorry, this is what I've been looking for. Here's your injury list for AEW currently. I guess he, you said that, was it Cash or Dax really separated his shoulder? Yeah. I thought that was just for TV, but I guess he did. And then
before you got in here, Jay and I were talking about that, like that injury, I looked back, I rewound it several times. It looks like because he was doing the slap of the mat when he does the kick, and he's done it probably 1,000 times. Well, it looked like he just hit his arm differently. And I think he got a stinger somewhere in his elbow and it probably shot up, or he might have actually separated it.
Okay.
But
so he's out. CM Punk with foot. Bryan Danielson with a concussion. Kenny Omega with multiple injuries, as all it says. Jungle Boy undisclosed. Kyle O'Reilly undisclosed. Red Velvet undisclosed. Anthony Bowen's knee. Darius Martin had that car accident. Layla Hirsch has a torn ACL. Scorpio Sky has a bum knee. The Bunny undisclosed. Buddy Matthews with a shoulder. Lee Johnson knee. Bobby Fish is also out of action right now currently due to a kayfabe knee injury.
Well, when they say kayfabe, you always know that there's a little bit of truth to that because
so he's probably got a little. Like, you just need to a couple of days, a week or two breather or some shit, you know.
Well, I mean,
get off the knee.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing basketball in my youth, I had a kayfabe knee injury. I mean, it still fucking pop up, but you just play through it and shit like that. But if you can get a week, you can get a week, right?
Right. So, yeah, I mean, they're struggling right now. A lot of big names out.
Well, so here's another thing just to think about too, as far as the women's division, and we can then move on to the next match. With the talk that Sasha has been actually released, which hasn't really been verified, yes or no. That's just been the rumor.
Yeah, there's conflicting reports.
Yeah, so I think that there may be hope for AEW that might be true, and then go after her. But there's still plenty of talent out there. I mean, they could easily reach out to like a Chelsea Green or a Deanna Purrazzo. Again, they have Mercedes Ortiz currently as the ROH champion. I mean, that's another one that's pretty viable as well, I think, because she's pretty fucking mean. So
I seen Sue Young's coming back. Let's get her over there. Get her and Abaddon together.
well, that could be fucking mean too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it would be kind of fun to see like maybe even like a Jordan Grace go over there and see. You know what? I would love to see her and Nyla Rose go against each other. That'd be pretty fucking fun in my book. But
I want to make a quick pause here because I just want to pop something up here for everybody to see. Yeah, that was Billy White Juice Johnson there, Tom.
But when was that video from? What was it from?
I don't know. Doesn't make any difference because you're not right.
That didn't look like it was from before 1974. So get fucked.
You want me to find one from before?
I mean, just music was from the fucking.
I can do it. I'll do it. I mean,
you do whatever the fuck you want, man. Whatever makes you happy. I don't have
a problem with finding something else to prove you wrong.
Sure, go ahead. Try and prove me wrong, motherfucker.
What match are we on now?
This is the sixth match. We just moved past the fact that Thunder Rosa beat Toni Storm by a pinfall to retain the AEW Women's Championship. Yes. We move on to technically the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. We heard earlier in the night before this match from Juice Robinson saying that he never lost the title, so he doesn't know why this is an actual championship match. He still is in retention of the title belt, and he was in the audience for this one, or up in one of the suites. Will Ospreay, the champion, with Aussie Open going to the ring with him versus Orange Cassidy, IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. This was a hell of a match. This was
banger, dude.
Dude, so much fun from start to finish. I could not have been more happy with these back and forth that they had. Orange Cassidy again playing up his character even more. Ospreay does the hero landing, if you will, with the knee down along with the fist, and then Orange Cassidy eventually just kind of slowly moving down and doing the same pose, and then giving the thumbs up. Fuck everything in my life, man. That was the funniest fucking thing I've seen in a wrestling match in a long fucking time, right there.
Plus, Will Ospreay's selling of the false finishes was absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought for a second that he was staying down and we were going to have Orange Cassidy as the fucking actual champion, because he was pretty late on one of those too. So
I think if you remember, and if you were to go back and look at it, I think the refs in this whole show were a little bit off with their counts. There were a lot of them that were really like, they almost fucked that up.
True. So there's several real close false finishes on this one. Cassidy hit the Michinoku driver, which I thought actually was going to pick up the win for a second there too, which I was kind of surprised because, I mean, even Michinoku hasn't fucking won with that in 20 fucking years. So
God bless him.
Fuck, I love that move though. It's seriously one of the most, in my mind, that's one of the most dangerous looking non-finishers in the fucking wrestling now. Like, it should really be a finisher again. So,
right.
But a lot of back and forth, like I said, really good fucking outing. Eventually, Ospreay finally gets the advantage, and he picks up the pinfall victory. Yeah, man.
It was
overall,
a solid match, man.
very solid. You know, I was telling JR that I went through and looked at the grades from Bleacher Report, which is not necessarily fair because, again, they covered or had the event on their site. But they rated this one an A+. It'd be interesting to see what Meltzer might have given it. But it was definitely up there, man, as far as the ratings go. Because, again, they were selling everything. They were fucking still hitting pretty hard and doing a lot of the stuff right. I don't think there was even a single, like, slip-up, if I remember correctly. I don't remember there being any kind of like botch or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, this and that Claudio Kip Saban match definitely tied for match of the night.
Yeah.
Zack Sabres Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck is Kip Saban?
I don't know. I was thinking Kip Saban, and then I was also thinking Zack Sabre in my head. By the way, how much longer is he wearing a box on his head? Like, are they going to do something with that, or is it just that's it?
So
I don't
weird.
know. He did appear during one of the matches. I don't know if it was actually the Claudio or if it was during the Miro match, but I did see him in the audience about the second row or whatever with a box. So
yeah, I've seen him there a bunch of times. Like that's his. He just does that now at every show. Like I get it because they like have him like people take pictures of him and with him and put it online. But I don't know if I got signed to a wrestling company as a wrestler, I would want to wrestle. Like I can't imagine he's still hurt. Is he? He wasn't on that injured list, so
no. I think Penelope's hurt. I think right now too, but
Penelope.
Yeah, but another great match right there between those two. I can't wait. I hope they have a return match. It'd be great to see Ospreay and Cassidy too, because yeah, man, they really fucking did a number on each other. Cassidy was still hitting a lot of big moves. Still went back to some of the lazy kicks, but a gimmick's a gimmick is a paycheck, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your next match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus
Boom,
a mystery opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it being Claudio Castagnoli, the return of the Swiss Superman to a hell of a fucking pop. And I mentioned it again in our chat a little bit. I felt like the camera guys were a little bit behind on all the wherever the producer was or the director on the switches, because this almost ended up being AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, because you see people giving a fucking pop because they're seeing Claudio Castagnoli on the fucking screen. You hear the music. No one knows the fucking music. So everybody in the arena knows they can see the fucking screen, and yet they go to the fucking audience and they're all cheering. It's like, let me fucking know what the fuck's going on, man. Give me the fucking screen.
I kind of like the crowd's reaction before they just cut to the screen, so I could be like, "Oh, they're really pumped. I wonder who it is." Oh, and then when they finally put it up, it's like, "Ah!" Like I kind of like it, but that's just me. Makes me. It's more exciting for me that when you're watching from home and that happens. You know what I mean? Like when you're there, it's like, oh yeah, like cool, but like to have that feeling at home, like because when you're there, it's being part of that crowd, right? It's not just you're freaking out. You're freaking out with 13,000 other people.
Right.
Where when you're on the couch, you're doing it by yourself. So when you see that the crowd's just amped, like, oh, like those guys are like, oh, like me and Casey were like, oh, it's got to be him. Here we go. And like, and it was great. It was, I don't know. I like it. I don't mind it. But yeah, they fucked AJ though on that one. That was stupid.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, I did again say that did AEW hire Kevin Dunn for a one night only appearance? Because
Jesse Short.
There were several times during matches where literally they would go to one thing moments after the action there and then miss out on the action on another person like ringside, especially during that 6-man with Kingston and Shuda and Yuta and all that, like, and Jericho Guevara and Minoru. So they were like just behind on a lot of those fucking action shots, right? Like, so they'd miss a shot over here, then because they're trying to still film over here, or they're missing into this because they're trying to catch this and they're missing it. And I know that's hard to do, but that's why you almost try to find like a different angle where maybe somebody is shooting that side of the ring instead of.
It's not that hard because WWE does it. Yeah, and they've been doing it for years. Like it's just this, and like me and Jared, we've been saying this for a couple of years now with AEW, and it's like, yeah, you still see stages of their infancy in their production.
Correct.
with those camera cuts, with just certain things. It's like, you guys aren't like 100% polished yet.
Right.
Yet.
Oh, and just to say, as far as camera cuts, my favorite thing is that they actually did cut to the time when Cassidy slammed Ospreay's head into the ring post camera.
Damn near broke that GoPro.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking hilarious. I loved it, and that should be done every fucking match. I love having that camera there. It makes zero sense most of the time because a lot of times they're trying to catch a guy who's just going to the top rope, and you basically just catch a irreverent junk shot. But, that one worked really fucking well. So, but anyhow, a returning, like I said, Swiss Superman Claudio picking up the win over Zack Sabre Jr., and I'm kind of pissed about that. I'm in a different way. It makes sense for Claudio to pick up the win based off of who he's going to be affiliated with. But Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler there is in the fucking business, bar none, period. Those fucking submissions he has, man. It's otherworldly with what he can fucking do. Whose was that?
Mine.
Not I.
'Twas mine.
My only friends are here.
That's not true. I met several of your friends on Friday.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, you and I got to hang out outside of a wrestling event, which is rare.
By the way, if you're in the Twin Cities area and you look at something to do, go to Oakdale and go to the Borough. That place is pretty tits.
It's pretty damn fun, man.
Wow.
Axe throwing. They got real darts. They got fucking video games. They got indoor go-kart, bags, mini golf,
yeah.
a
Laser
hell of a
tag.
kitchen. Yeah. And even that, like, they got one of those old school, like, fucking back in the day Nickelodeon fucking mazes up in the fucking sky. So
the ropes course, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a cool spot. Very cool. Good food, too.
Yeah, Ace had a Cubano sandwich. Maybe a little envious because there's only one other spot in the Twin Cities I saw that actually has had a good Cubano. So next time I'm there, I'm going to try that for sure.
Smashed it, bro.
Mm-hmm. And also then shout out Chris Lawrence. That's why we all kind of hang out there, was because Chris was playing out there.
Yeah, download the new single, Spotify and iTunes. Chris Lawrence, Follow Through. Just came out Thursday. Get it.
That's right. Friend of the show, friend of Ace. So if they're a friend of ours, they're a friend of the show, period. That's the end of it. But yeah, I mean, as far as a fill-in for Bryan Danielson, not as many submission holds. Claudio is not that guy. But he
those
is a very
forearms, bro. And those elbows. And
those
just...
European uppercuts, man, are fucking vicious. And he was
dude, he hit him harder than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
that was harder than anything in WWE.
I say that's also a testament to Zack Sabre Jr. as well, to be able to take those.
Oh, 100%, dude. And this goes a long ways. And I mentioned again before the show, JR and I were out here talking a little bit before Ace got out and then before we started the show. One thing with Zack Sabre Jr., man, like, I know he's won a few titles and I know he's won like not King of the Ring, but whatever they call him, like King of Japan or something like that, or the Japanese Cup or whatever the fuck it is in New Japan. But he's also been a Rev Pro champ. Dude, that guy needs to have every fucking title, man. I don't know a single guy who's actually better at all of the fine little details it goes to make a legitimate submission hold, man. Like, he is like a little fucking pretzel himself, and then he's bending all of his opponents into these same little fucking twists and turns and all that sort of shit. I mean, he can't do it necessarily against bigger opponents. Like, you couldn't see him being like, Paul White or anything like that, but legitimately, if he goes against a lot of the opponents his own size or smaller, man, like, this guy should never fucking lose again.
Which, by the way, where the fuck is Paul White, guys? Whoa, where did the big show go?
Is he doing commentary still on one of the YouTube shows?
Yeah, on their
big ass dude, but we can't find him.
Dark Elevation is what he does with Shivani. Yeah, no, I mean, I would love to see him back in the ring at least a couple times here and there. Sounding this, well, from what I read before a couple months ago, it doesn't sound like Tony Khan was super into him being in the ring anymore. But sure he has a backstage segment because again,
But yeah, let's keep putting Sting in shit, guys.
hey man,
Sting's the icon.
Sting's a fucking shit. Okay.
Whoa, dude, whoa. You're talking
Okay.
about my childhood hero here?
Well, your
Hello.
childhood hero is a piece of shit, just like my childhood hero.
Oh, I'm sorry. You believed in Hulk Hogan?
You're damn right.
When it comes crashing down. Blah, blah,
Actually,
blah.
no. When I was like 3 years old, I was just a big Abdullah the Butcher fan.
You fucking
loved
would
the
be.
blood. Loved the blood.
As a 3-year-old? Fucking
Yep.
scary.
Yeah, dude. I was just sitting in the living room, just hitting myself with my plastic play school fart.
All right.
Trying
Well,
to blade it up.
We had a couple matches left from Forbidden Door, and then we're going to, I think, just do a quick run through of Money in the Bank.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. I kicked out every night at bedtime. Undefeated.
Were the sheets trying to cover you, or?
When you're that little, the world, Tommy. The world's trying to cover you, bro.
Fucking hated that.
You remember?
That's the best line you've ever fucking delivered right there. All right. Your 8th match of the actual pay-per-view. Jay White, the defending IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, takes on Kazuchika Okada, Adam Cole, and Hangman Adam Page in a fatal 4-way match. Not something you normally see from New Japan or for any of the IWGP championships. I think the last time we saw anything multiple man match was for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship when it was Juice versus Mox versus Tanahashi versus some other fucking bloke. But
motherfucking bloke.
Yeah,
I just want to, if you pause there for one moment, I want to.
All right, let's have quiet.
Hey, Stella! What is the scoop?
Where's Paul?
Mr. Drysdale will explain everything. Ready, Chief?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Mr. Jake Clampett here, his cousin Jed has decided to get into show business like the rest of them. And so, without further ado, allow me to present the newest sensation of the entertainment world, Jed Clampett!
I'm sorry. What the fuck was that, Tom?
that was an Elvis impersonation. That was not the jive.
No. The legs.
That's an Elvis impersonation, man. You gotta fucking throw the hands down, man. If you want
You're
the fucking
so
jive leg.
full of shit, and you know it.
The jive leg was fucking.
You're wrong. You're just wrong.
You
Admit
don't
that
know,
you're
man.
wrong.
That's the fucking Elvis ripoff right there, dude. The jive legs was a Billy White Shoes invention. Don't try and fuck me otherwise, man.
I can't. Jesus God, you want me to watch? I can't watch every Beverly Hillbillies episode to find the specific where he moves his hands like oh, look at he's switching his hand. You dumbass. You know you're wrong. You know you're so wrong, and just admit it.
But you still haven't proven me wrong. That's the whole thing.
I have proved you wrong 100 times.
No, you haven't. Not on this issue. You haven't proved me wrong yet.
I've proved you wrong twice.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Yes, Jed
Find me
was
something.
moving his legs like that, but that's
I-
very Elvis-like, right? You know, an old man like that can't move his hips, so he's gonna move his fucking knees. It's not the same thing as jive legs, man.
That's not what that is. That's not what that's called.
Sure, it's not. Whatever it's
Find
called.
me
then.
here. You want me to here? I'll find jive legs. Look up jive legs.
Let's just put the real one on, boys.
There it is.
You want to see it one more time? I want to
to see the backsides a little bit more, but got no shame in the game.
Look at that asshole. Oh!
He's infringed upon Billy White Juice Johnson's copyright, Tom.
Yeah, fucking cease and desist going to Vince McMahon now. I mean, cease and desist from every fucking woman he's
Billy
ever worked
White
with.
Juice Johnson invented that. Yeah, and
By
my
the way-
grandfather invented graham crackers.
Oh shit! Do you get them for free?
I do.
I
Yeah,
want
see,
some.
shut the fuck up.
Lab glass.
Shut up.
I don't
I get
love
3 graham crackers.
I don't love rock and roll Buck Zumhoff, but I have met that man a few times before he went to prison, and Reaper for sure. Is right.
All right, so back to the Fatal 4-Way for the.
Holy shit! Are we still talking about Forbidden Door? It's almost the end of the show.
I know. That's what it's not like we're really fucking blown away by a preview for Money in the Bank.
Dude,
so
I am so pumped.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking liar. All right, so White, Cole, Kazuchika Okada, and Hangman. Really good fucking match. Kind of hard to do all the spots I think that we were used to from seeing from all these guys, but a good match done the same, man. Like it's I think everybody still landed something, right?
Okay. So now let's address this though, because the ending was super fucking crazy weird. They're saying that Cole maybe had this concussion. Did we have any more word on that? Like, did anything else come out of that? Because that was a very abrupt, weird ending.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else other than a potential concussion, so that's why they pulled him.
But I think it was definitely an audible by Jay White, and he certainly in my mind.
I thought it was Cole. I thought Cole called for it because I thought Jay White looked even surprised when he got the 3 count.
Well, yeah, maybe. But
so I think Cole said, like, dude, I can't. Like, he knocked me out.
I want to say this too. Even before all of this, though, it was good, but it was like what I am starting to notice with a lot of these AEW shows and matches is that they are a bit self-indulgent, and they go longer than they need to. And they're in essence, Tom, and you agree with me on this. It's like if you were booked on a show and asked to do 15 minutes, but man, I'm feeling it. So you do 25.
Dick.
You just stole that audience time, that audience energy from anybody that's behind you.
Correct.
And that's what happens with these shows that are this goddamn long.
Yeah, I wish they were a little shorter.
Yeah, I think they
late
really
night, man.
Yeah, with their buy-in shows and then with the actual show, it should top out about 3.5 hours at most. Like,
dude, you know how tired I am from that? The next night I had to host karaoke.
And I
karaoke nights on Monday.
Yeah, bro.
And
it was rocking, bro.
It's karaoke in Rochester was always rocking.
Oh my God, it still is, dude. And it's the same group of people that go to every place. God bless them, though. They love it. Kept me busy.
Circuit. But I want to make this point though, because we talked about this before we came on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how much longer that match was supposed to go on had they not pulled the plug on it earlier. Because I was tired as shit then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the whole show ended about 10:40 our time, so they probably had another 20 minutes that they possibly could have gone or filled in. I think this was supposed to maybe go till 11. I mean, 10:30 would have been fine by anybody, but
just fucking Saturday, so no one's just sleepy the next day, guys.
But I don't care.
We all got jobs, guys.
Here's the thing: I don't care what day they do it on.
Oh yeah, JR can't make it. Yeah, I mean JR's eating.
No, I watched
JR eats dinner at 4 p.m. guys.
I watched that. That's when the fucking early bird is at Denny's.
I know.
I watched the entire show.
Baker Square gives
and
you
I
that
didn't
free
fall
piece
asleep.
of pie.
But my son fell asleep in the middle of the 4-way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a lot of action. WWE has mastered where if they have a big match at like a big show like Mania, like when I went to 28 in Miami, right? Like Hell in the Cell was that end of era one was a huge match, right? So emotionally, everyone in that stadium, when it ended, you felt it. You were like, oh.
And then they have more to
go, and it's like we still have more to go. So what do? Yeah, they bring out the shitty Teddy SmackDown GM's team against Johnny Laurinaitis, who that guy's not having fun right now. To him and his general managing team Raw, and then Eve Torres kicks Zack Ryder in the balls, and it's whatever. Yeah. No one gives a shit. And then you hype it back up. So then by the time Roxana comes, we're all hyped up again and like, woo, you know. Where AEW is just every match is just bam, 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 action, 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 high move, big flip, this thing, and it's just like, whew, 2 hours, I'm done. Like I can't, like I gotta watch my heart monitor while watching these shows just because I'm like, okay, I gotta go to bed. That was basically like I worked out.
It's very true. I mean, and so yeah, go with the bed, right? So they do hit you with a lot of great stuff very quickly, boom, 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 boom. But it's every fucking match, and I mean, and us even going full gear, we saw that you really don't have that lull until you find a match that you just don't give a shit about. I mean, because I had forgotten that we were supposed to have like at one point I forgot that there's like 3 matches left. I thought there's only like 1. Like I thought it was literally just so Paige and Omega is next, right? And then I was reminded by Wade and Verifying that, oh no, we still have the Minneapolis Street match and then another one. I'm like, oh god, fucking get me.
See, that's the thing. When you're watching Dynamite or when you're watching Rampage, those shows go by real quick. And I don't mind that they keep slamming you with stuff because it just goes by so quick. But this is like there's no hard out that they have to take. So they don't care.
Right.
And they should. It would be a better product, in my opinion, if they did.
No, you're not wrong. And I don't know. If you just put everything at a 30-minute time limit, even title matches, you're probably fine. Because they don't need to have like the Omega Okada draw. They don't need a 60-minute draw. I mean, they've done it before, but they don't need it. So I don't know. It just really won, like, if you can cut some time here and there, you don't need all these matches and stuff. Like, realistically, you don't need that fucking 6-man tag. You don't need fucking 2 of the 4 matches you have in the fucking buy-in. You really probably could just have this as the 3 teams for the 2 titles for the tag team, the women's title, the IWGP, and then probably just the last 2 fucking titles, the interim. And I mean, realistically, you didn't need the dudes with attitude on this one either versus Bullet Club. So
dudes with attitudes.
Here's the thing though, too. Even if they did all those matches, if they shave 5 minutes off each one, that's a minimum half an hour.
Well, or, even to bring this up. So Shibata showed up at the end of the Orange Cassidy and Ospreay match, to make sure that Cassidy was fine, I guess. But you don't need Shibata fucking showing up. I know he's the leader of the dojo, the LA dojo for New Japan, but most casual fans don't know who fucking Shibata is. And I mean, I know there's a few signs saying that, looking for like here for Shibata or whatever. But I mean,
well, here's the thing too.
And that's why they ran in Chicago too, though, because they were guaranteed the crowd would know everybody.
But if you go back and watch that, even the fact that he came out was not a problem. The problem became after the fact when Cassidy's going to leave and he called him back in a fucking ring.
Yeah.
For nothing. For nothing.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So anyhow, we didn't really necessarily cover anything about the match, but Jay White retained as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, picking up the pinfall against Cole with the Rainmaker. Or I'm sorry, not the Rainmaker, the Blade Runner. And then, no.
It was just a quick roll up.
Yeah, sorry. And he rolled up Cole. He hit the the Blade Runner on Okada, I think. Yeah. Anyhow, sorry, this rundown by Pro Wrestling Transcripts is a little off as far as how they finish these matches. So, but yeah, he hit the Blade Runner on somebody else and then pinned Cole because he was the most viable person to make the cover on.
It's all an act, Jesse, by the way.
Ooh, Mandy Rose is on Mandy.
I love it how we all do it at the same time.
Your 9th and final match of the night for the interim AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley brought to the ring with William Regal versus Hiroshi.
It's Gia.
Whatever.
Gia.
Yeah, there's an E or an I in there. versus
I did enjoy the New Japan ring announcer, because after Justin would do his big long professional intro, this guy just be like on the mic and just yell like 2 words like "Ah, blah, blah, blah," and it was fucking great.
Don Moxley.
Yeah, so just screaming it.
Versus the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, which if John Cena was celebrated last night for being 20 years in the business, Hiroshi Tanahashi needs to have a retirement party at this point as well. Not that he can't still go, but I can't believe this man is still chasing fucking championships he didn't need to have ever. It's not a surprise to me that Jon Moxley is your first 2-time AEW champion. I know that it, again, still has the interim tag. I think that's bullshit. They should have just stripped CM Punk of the title, period. But
I was saying the same thing, and Mandy versus Nikita Lyons. We got to go.
Speaking of a lot of ass, by the way.
I want to see that match, guys.
Well, just go watch it.
No, I'm not leaving. Well, in like 20 minutes, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's late.
Anything after 9, boys. I don't know if they've hit 100 wrestlers lab glass on their roster yet. It feels like it, but who knows? I really don't. But dude, Forbidden Door, that was cool. I assume this will be an annual thing.
Yeah, some people have already said that they're looking forward to next year. I don't know. Anyhow, no surprise. Moxley again is your new AEW interim world champion, beating Hiroshi Tanahashi. I actually fell asleep during this match because I just kind of had enough.
It's a long night.
But then did watch the melee at the end of it, causing more intrigue leading into Blood and Guts this Wednesday on Dynamite, live from Detroit. Their first time ever being at the Little Caesars Arena there in Detroit. So hopefully the last time, because that city is eventually going to burn to the ground, I assume, as most things in Michigan probably should. Anyhow,
that seems harsh.
I don't know. We got 20 minutes. You guys want to do a quick rundown on Money?
Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Let's do it. All right. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel is going to happen, because that's a fucking thing.
That's there now. So here's
they announced that
thing.
one, huh?
This match was supposed to take place last night, and for whatever reason, it did not. I think
There's
KO
your
has COVID or something.
Oh, poor KO.
And, and so obviously they can't do it on Friday night, apparently. So now they have to do it ahead of the actual. So this match is in order to get into that, to get that last spot in Money in the Bank, and they're going to have it on the actual fucking show.
Yeah, what a fucking.
I love KO, but
hey, man, he did it for his family. United States Championship will be up for grabs. Theory going against Bob Lashley.
I don't know how you keep that championship on Theory when you have Bob Lashley without anything to do, and he's a legitimate, viable, heavy hitter champion. I mean, I see Bobby Lashley getting this. I also see Kevin Owens picking up the win because they kind of hate Ezekiel and Elias. That's why they're doing this whole fucking angle, right?
I also see the entire thing as they'll leave it on Theory because Vince is a dumb shit.
Amen.
True.
Well, hold on. He's not in charge anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. I don't like that they're undisputed. Split those fuckers up again. The Usos against the Street Profits.
Here's something that was mentioned to me by someone else today. If they were indeed undisputed, why would they even have to have a match?
True.
So they are disputed. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a match. But how do the Usos not lose them?
I'll tell you why. It's because it's and I've shared this before on the show. I don't believe that Street Profits are viable anymore because of the shit that they went through with the Viking Raiders. That whole we're challenging for the title, but not in a ring shit.
Yeah, that really did fuck their shit up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think you break them up because you can't. Because I don't think either one of those guys is. I mean, They're good, but I don't know if they're single star level good.
That's a good point, Lab Blast.
Yeah.
But well, there you go. That's a good point, Lab Blast. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see Street Profits being a viable fucking.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They're not gonna. They're not. The Usos aren't going to lose. They're just not.
They're not.
Nope. I mean, honestly, right now, in my mind, the only viable people that can take the title off of them would be Kofi and Woods if you have New Day go against them. But because we've seen that before and we've seen them win before, so. But I can't fucking care about the goddamn tag team division in WWE, man.
Yeah, it needs
I just can't.
major facelift, dude. They need just some new teams, just some new blood. It needs to be refreshed. But
well, they need to legitimately care about it, which it should be very fucking easy because you have a lot of guys that if you pair them up together, it should be no fucking problem. Like you had the Hurt Business, and you couldn't do shit with it. Like you had it very easy. Cedric and Shelton Benjamin, boom, fucking tag team champions right there. Very fucking easy.
Don't disagree. We move on to the next match. It's one of the first women's matches, SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey, the champ, defending against Natalya. These ladies fighting it out on Twitter this last week, too, apparently.
Well, it'll be interesting, but Ronda's not losing.
No, not to her former best friend, Natalya. I did like Natalya's response on Twitter, though, as far as, like the clip of Ronda Rousey saying that didn't recognize you with your top on, and then showing all the times where Ronda's half naked, either for SI swimsuit edition or certain dresses that she's wearing for appearances or whatever. So fun little fucking video there, but this goes fucking nowhere other than Ronda winning and a whole lot of who gives a flying fuck. I'm not buying this fucking pay-per-view, dude. I'm fucking gonna go read the results, man.
I mean, I'll watch it just for the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Also, because I'm already paying for the network, so it's like whatever.
I guess that's the thing.
If I had to buy it separately, no, I probably would not be watching.
Yeah, I already got the network, so.
Yeah. Raw Women's Championship: Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Plus, guys, this is on what, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh, well, I guess it don't matter. It is a holiday weekend, though, baby.
Yeah. Well, how does Bianca lose? She doesn't.
Nope. Next is the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans against Alexa Bliss, against Liv Morgan, against Raquel Rodriguez, against Asuka, against Shotzi, and one more to be announced unless they've done that already.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. Big time Bex, the Bexter.
As much as I hate to say it, and I kind of would like to see Becky Lynch. And I haven't followed it that much, but she's now in this kind of crazy losing her mind because she can't get back on top. And well, now she's back in this thing. If they have her win this, I mean, it probably makes the most sense.
My pick is Bliss, but I think it'll be Bliss or Morgan.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I have a feeling it's going to be either Becky or Raquel Gonzalez, and then
it's going to be Becky.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, one of those two, probably closer to Becky, and then they use this as a way to pair up Liv and Alexa to actually go after the Women's Tag Team Championship, which is held by
nobody.
Exactly. See, there you go. Because the last champion just walked out the fucking building.
Well, and that's the thing, though. They may not, at this point,
they may never come back.
Bringing it back. So,
I mean, I don't know, because you still have the NXT Tag Team Champions, right? So you might as well just either fucking put it on them and then just have it like across all three promotions, or maybe just drop it at this point because you don't know where you're fucking going with it, anyways.
And I think that's what they're doing is probably going to drop it. I just don't see them.
I mean, because
if they weren't going to, they would have at least been actively working to put teams together to start getting people on the roster so we could get the tournament going, and they haven't made any effort. So I don't know. And let's be honest, are we going to see something that big come to fruition when they got all this legal shit going on? I don't know. So either way,
I mean, I am kind of looking forward to this one though too, because
it'll be cool.
Evans coming back, and she looks like she's not just some weird fucking Southern Belle or
and
weird diva thing.
Shotzi's a fucking stud in the ring,
and Raquel too.
Raquel is too. Bliss.
I'm happy to see those new faces.
I mean, Bliss and Asuka at this moment are the veterans of this match.
Yeah,
and Becky, but I mean that. All these names are strong. All these names could have big futures, or have had and will continue to have big matches in their future. So,
Right.
The men's side, we've got Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Almost versus Sami Zayn, and then have the other two been announced, guys?
Well, Riddle's one of them.
Riddle's one of them, and the other one is the winner of the KO Ezekiel match.
Okay, so probably some Ezekiel Elias bullshit.
Yeah,
I hope not. I hope Owens gets it, but like, why are they doing this stupid Ezekiel Elias shit if they're not gonna, like, they're doing this that it's like, yeah, they're dumb enough that they'll put him in that Money in the Bank match.
Rowdy, you're right, and here's the thing. So Riddle almost beat Roman. Of course, he wasn't going to. And then part of the thing was that he was not allowed to challenge him again. I think Riddle wins. I think he gives the case to Randy when he comes back.
Which may not be until next year. But, I mean, again, they say you need a challenge, I guess, now by WrestleMania is what they're saying. Not a full year. But, yeah, that's viable. I don't know, man. I think, in my mind, the ones who actually are the draws in this match that, you know, you could actually put against Roman, and it's already kind of built as a viable option, is Rollins and McIntyre. But I don't know, because I just don't know what you do with Sheamus anymore. He's already been there with like every fucking individual title and the tag team titles, and he's not the young guy that he used to be as well. So, I mean, and Sami Zayn's not going to be that championship guy as much as we probably all would want him to be. So unless you put AJ Styles in this match, I just don't fucking see anybody outside of those two guys being viable to face off against Reigns, other than, like you mentioned, maybe Riddle wins and then leaves the briefcase for Randy to come and challenge.
Lab Blast almost is in there because they still got to try to sell this big guy. I mean, he is gigantic, and if you've watched, I mean, any of his matches, he's not very mobile. He's got a lot of work that needs to be done, but they still have him, and they still want to sell him because he's their only real giant at this point.
Well, so let me just say this, and it's not apples to oranges, right? Like, Andre the Giant was in traction, right? But he was also a little older and already a little bit more beat up than Amos is. But Amos can move better than Andre ever did. Definitely move better than Great Khali ever did. So, I mean, he's still green, but I think he could make up some of that difference by, you know, just getting a little bit more training, a little bit more polished. But yeah, he's not the same guy as those, well, or as Andre. Andre just had that natural charisma. You wanted to see him.
And I'll disagree with you too, Tom, on because young Andre was very mobile.
Okay. You got to see that. I didn't live in the fucking Stone Age. So also go fuck yourself. I know what I saw from Andre when I was growing up, and it was not as mobile. And
do yourself a favor and go back and watch him when he's younger.
Fair enough. But anyhow, I'm just saying, like, you know, people saying that almost is not, you know, very mobile or agile and stuff like that. He's actually doing pretty well in comparison to some of the other giants that they've had. Like, Giant Gonzalez was fucking miserable to watch. Better than that. And they still put Gonzalez up for the fucking title a couple times, and even against Taker. So I'm just saying, like, if we're going apples to apples and stuff, the guy still is green as far as the business goes. So maybe give him a little bit, but he shouldn't be in this match. I mean, there's no reason for him to be in a ladder match that height.
I mean, look, here's the reality. You could give him the Money in the Bank, and him versus Roman would be something different.
Right.
But, I mean, Roman would never lose to him.
We'll see what happens.
No, I mean,
it's also worth noting, guys, that this is in Vegas, and it's at the MGM Grand Arena. This was originally slated, though, to be in the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
And they didn't even sell out the arena.
Well, so then it went from Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders played, down to T-Mobile, and then now it's at the MGM Grand. So they have actually changed the venue twice. And our friend of the show, Jordan Max, will be there on Saturday. So if you guys are watching, make sure you try and watch for our friend Jordan Max.
She's usually in the front rows.
Mm-hmm. Which I didn't messenger her, but I did see her when the Hardys were going through the crowd. I saw her their second row when they did when they won it, Double or Nothing or something like that. So
dope, awesome, boys. So next week, Shanky Baby.
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude.
Shankalicious will be joining us.
handle
Make
that.
sure you join us for that. We're
Yeah,
going to get a couple more after that as we get ready for our big Hall of Fame weekend in Waterloo, Iowa. So watch for those upcoming shows. There might be some stuff with Wes and I coming out in about a week or two here.
Nice. Just to
watch
give
for
everybody a recap, by the way, the last time Shank was on the show, he said that he wanted Ace to be his tag team partner, JR to be the manager, and me to be the opponent. Let's see if that fucking changes.
Are we going to ask him again? I didn't know we were doing
we
that.
didn't
Repeat
ask
customers.
twice.
Yeah, I didn't know we were
I'm
doing
saying
it.
we might. I mean, we don't need to.
I like we don't. I think their answers have to stay their answers.
Oh, you motherfuckers! Because you know I'd pick up a fucking tag.
All
team
you do is you go and lobby and try to change things around.
It's not as authentic if we can do.
Tom goes into business for himself all the time when we're not around.
First of all, me and Shank didn't get along until after his episode, and then we met in person and realized that we have a lot in common and that he is a real fan of the top shelf life.
He goes into business for himself.
Chiseled 265, Shanky Baby.
Also, by the way, I want to mention this. So if anybody's not watching Money in the Bank and you happen to be in the Memphis area, King of the South did not come out this week to kind of celebrate with us. But 901 Wrestling is at the Black Lodge in Memphis. Is a night dedicated to Devin Taylor, so they will have a little homage to their former or to their fallen friend. Doors are at 7. A 10-bell salute to Devin Taylor at 7:45, and the show begins at 8 o'clock. Again, that's the Black Lodge in Memphis, Tennessee, for 901 Wrestling on Saturday, July 2nd. If you are not watching Money in the Bank and you live or want to travel to the Memphis area this weekend, that is going on. And then AWF has a show in Dover, Minnesota.
Sir, I will.
It's a free show. Starts at 8 o'clock, though, or 7:30. Free show. Our friend from last week, Bill Williams, will be there again defending his title. So, again, Dover, Minnesota for that.
Next weekend, July 9th, the AWF will be in Pine Island. So anybody in my neck of the woods, you got your chance to go see Big Cat and the rest of that crew. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And, of course, Waterloo Hall of Fame, George Tragus Lutha's Hall of Fame weekend. Matches Friday, all kinds of great events. Friday, Saturday, it's going to be a great time. We take over downtown Waterloo, Iowa, so get your all-access pass for that.
Right.
August 6th, Madhouse, Knoxville, Iowa. Get your tickets for that. They're selling fast. I just read his Twitch. Merch just came out for Madhouse. They got a couple shirts out, so check that out, as well as I think it's not announced, but I think a third date and a second venue has been nailed down. That's all I know, though, for Madhouse Wrestling, so make sure you stay tuned.
You're involved.
Yeah, I don't get to know all the secrets, though. They don't tell me.
And then after August 6th, which I don't know if I'll be at that show or if I have the Steel Toe show, I still got to clear that with Aaron.
Figure it out.
I know. But big week here in Minneapolis. August 10th, Dynamite and Rampage come to Target Center. We're all going to be there. Our boy JR, his son came through. You might all see him on the TV taping. He's supposed to be down there on the floor being with the big timers. So even though I'm top shelf, we got JR over here being a big time player on the floor.
Never would have expected it either, you guys. I mean, that's not my MO.
I told Tommy, I'm like, man, I feel bad for the two guys in row 3 behind you two motherfuckers.
I feel bad for everybody behind us.
Yep.
Everybody behind
they're
us.
all just going to see you two sit down and be like,
son of a
the
bitch.
fuck?
Mother.
Because
damn it. This ticket did not say obstructed view.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can't answer tell because JR is sitting down, but he is a massive human being.
He's a giant.
His son is
he
even
is a
larger.
Giant. They're both giants.
And they're always great to hang around. So we got that on the 10th, also followed by First Wrestling at Bauhaus on the 14th. we don't know who's going to be there yet. They haven't announced anything for that show that Sunday. We're all looking forward to it. We assume there's going to be a few AEW stars that are going to stick in town from the show on the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest news of all is that we will be
and then the weekend after that, we have the Absolute show in Waterloo, Iowa as well.
That's right, the 27th, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 weeks after that one on the 14th. Well, the 2 Saturdays after, anyhow. And then the biggest news of all is the fact that we all scored tickets for the first wrestling show at Mall of America, the Rotunda, the first show there since the 1994 Monday Nitro, featuring all of your favorites from the WCW era. But we will be there for the September 10th show, Saturday night Nitro from First Wrestling in the Rotunda at the Mall of America.
And we're debating. I don't know if we've told JR this, but we're debating. We might all roll up in jeans and white puffy shirts like Luger did on Nitro.
We might just do that. Go find our old pirate
I'll
shirt.
just throw a bed sheet on then.
I
was going to say I do want to let you guys know also. Thanks, Tom. Are you working this weekend?
No, it's a holiday weekend, so
Gutty's closed.
They might actually be closed.
Closed
I don't know.
Closed for the weekend. Anyway, I do want to mention, and I've left it up here on the screen because tomorrow at 5:00 we will be joining Jesse Towler on his channel.
5:00, okay.
All 3 of us. Jesse, make sure you send us how to get to wherever you need us. And like maybe do it now, so we can make sure that we can get there. But we're gonna have a great time, and you're gonna get to hear us have some more fun, and maybe not talk so much about wrestling. And
horseshit,
because you can do what you want, Tom. I'm a good guest. That's all I can say. Perfect. We'll do that. But 5:00 we'll join Jesse, and we'll cause all sorts of commotion, and I think we're going to have a fun time, and we'd love to see you there joining us if you're available. Yeah, he's got videos. We've got all sorts of stuff. I sent him stuff. Did you send him some stuff, Tom?
I did a couple different things. I'm not necessarily proud of anything I sent over to him, so that's just the comedian in me.
Videos? Like, you just want me to send some shit?
He asked me for a couple clips that I liked. So.
Oh, okay.
What of yourself?
Clips?
Well, one of me doing stand up, and then a couple wrestling clips that I really enjoy. So
nobody wants to see the first one. Kidding.
I agree. That's why I'm fucking not paid all that often. Fuck you, Ace. Pay myself enough.
You want me to go on tour with you? We'll sell it out. All right, yeah. I'll send you some promos or some shit that I like. Some of my favorites. It's gonna. How soon do you need it though, broke?
Like right now.
For tomorrow at 5.
Well, because I didn't realize this was at 5. Like I get done with work like right at 4:30. So,
dude, I just sent him the YouTube links.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I didn't send him anything other than YouTube links, man. Get together.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Right. Hey, Lab Glass, thanks for the cheers. Danny, thank you so much for the cheers. All of you that are hanging with us, we appreciate you being with us every single week. It means a lot to us, and we hope you're having as much fun as we are having doing this for you guys. Take care, and we will shoot. Dag nabbit, I got to get that off of there. Sorry, Rudy.
R.I.P. Chris Shaw, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Shout out. Sad news. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.